Nathan Thomas, this wasn't a last minute, hey, we drafted him. We just gonna tap in with Nate. The past 5 practices, Nate Thomas was your second left tackle out there.
Stephen Jones recklessly just decided that Nate Thomas is now the left tackle, even though none of the coaches have said it. When you're watching an offensive lineman not named Tyler Guyton, is there anybody that was out there that you would feel, or I don't know if that's a fair question, anybody you feel good at left tackle, who impressed you or who looked the best out there?
So let me say first, Jeff, and you real good at giving me 7 paths to walk down, sir.
Yes.
As much as I would love to beat up on Brother Steven, I don't think that was a last minute situation. What I noticed, and I have to set the table like this, is they didn't go swing guy this time, right? Now, Brock Hoffman is the only swing guy. He's center, left guard, right guard guy. He's the only swing character going on. Everything else has been sided player, okay? So if you're a left guard that has flex to play left tackle, you probably won't see right side. The same with the right side of guys on the left. So your left-sided guys were Awesome Richards, and day one he was your first backup tackle out there. He was your tackle 2, left tackle 2. Then Nate was the second guy. Over on the other side, it was Terrence and it was Hakeem Adeniji and Cornelius. Right, those were your right-sided guys. Day 2 and 3, day 4 and 5. Nathan Thomas took all those left tackle reps. So when Guyton was walking around and healthy and feeling good and whooping folk, Nathan Thomas was tackle number 2 out there, which was interesting because Awesome was like left tackle 3 or something. And then one day he was like right tackle 2. And then another day he just started going in motion as 6 blocker guy. So there's a lot to unfold with the Awesome Richard saga. Maybe we got to get to preseason football to really figure that out. But Nathan Thomas, this wasn't a last minute, hey, we drafted him. We just gonna tap in with Nate. The past 5 practices, Nate Thomas was your second left tackle out there. Now, Jeff, the fourth question that you asked me was what offensive lineman kind of stood out, and who did I think it was, possibly going to be. Hakeem Adeniji was the guy that I thought, because when Terrence Steele went down, it wasn't like this conversation about, okay, which rotational tackle is going to be the backup right tackle. It was always Hakeem Adeniji, and it was quickly Hakeem Adeniji. No rotation after that. And think about this, right? Normally in Cowboy land, and this ain't me trying to hype up current day Cowboys, but our depth guys were just young dudes that need to play better, right? Got to step up, got to step up. That's always what it's been. We've been waiting on like these Connor McGoverns to be the rotational guys, or the TJ Basses, Brock Hoffmans to be the rotational guys. Rob Jones, who was playing right guard as your backup right guard, who's hurt now with a little broken neck situation, he'll probably be back.
Broken neck, yeah.
Well, a big broken neck would be you can't play football no more. He'll be back in November, so that's why I said a little broken neck. But Rob Jones started for the Dolphins last year. Hakeem Adeniji started for the Bengals, right? So these aren't just like backup rotational dudes that we drafted that we hope can develop into depth guys. These are NFL offensive linemen that's starting and playing, but they happen to be backup guys for us. So I thought Hakeem Adeniji, who's playing well, who did just fine while Terrence was out, I thought Hakeem was bound to be the left tackle because he's been playing well. But they're not doing swing guy. They're doing sided player guy. So Hakeem going to be over there on the right side no matter what. And as of now, I wish I was at practice today, but just as of what the competition looks like now, they're going into it with Nathan as your second left tackle and Awesome Richards as your third left tackle. And for some reason, Matt Waletzko playing guard is hilarious to me.
Okay.
Voch, before Tyler Guyton went out, you've had some positive things to say about what he was doing in training camp. What turn did you see coming from Guyton, and just how much will he be able to continue on that progress minus having the reps until 6 weeks from now at max, the Cowboys say, due to the knee injury?
Man, just 100%. I'm not going to poo-poo on any players to try to make a comparison, because there's one guy that's kind of sticking out when I set this up for what we're about to say here. But when you listen to Tyler speak, I got a chance to talk to him personally. He did some media, stuff like 2 days ago, but it was this little locker room availability he had like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. And it was just chopping it up with him like, Tyler, what's different? And Jesse, you've been here before. You know what I mean? If you're going through your rookie campaign and you may be a first round guy, I'm not speaking for Tyler. This is stuff that Tyler is saying. You may think that you could just kind of go to practice and do a little bit of extra work and you'll be cool, right? If you listen to Tyler 3 months ago, Tyler had this look on his face like, man, I had to eat right. I had to stretch. I had to lift more. I had to do yoga. I had to pick up boxing. I had to pick up any kind of advantage, any kind of work that's going to push me over. Simply going to practice and simply just working with Duke was not enough. It's like this 24-hour lifestyle that you have to adapt. I got to go to sleep more. This is stuff that he's talking about. I got to let go of Raising Cane's. Tyler Guyton said this. Go back and watch it, right?
We call that learning how to be a professional. We think it's just on the field stuff. The learning how to be a professional thing is all of the above. It's everything that you just mentioned Tyler Guyton was talking about, plus the football stuff. Continue.
Yeah. So when Tyler is up there, he has this face of, boy, I was a letdown. And I'm super focused on fixing that right now. And I was a guy that was super critical of him, right? I'm not the guy that's a fan of the dude that's played only 8 games at right tackle at Oklahoma, and then he gets to the league and plays left tackle, and I'm thinking that it's just going to be great. I was super high on Booker, for example, right? Because Booker got 3 years of SEC, Tavondre Sweat, the Georgia defensive lineman, all, you know what I'm saying? He's got battles under his belt, 53 games worth of battles. BB got 4 years worth of battles under his belt. Guyton only had 8, right? So, of course, I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't all in on Tyler Guyton day one, right? But this is what really won me over. I don't know who asked the question. There's a lot of media people in there that be asking weird questions. They tried to give Tyler a way out. They said, Tyler, man, you played right tackle in college. Do you think that coming to the league and playing left tackle was the reason why you was bad? And Tyler said, nah, dog, I just wasn't good enough. I say, that dude different right there. I said, that dude different. And I hadn't seen nothing at that point. I hadn't seen no workouts. I hadn't seen no hands. I hadn't seen no feet. But mindset goes a long way, especially as an offensive lineman, because like most of this is us being big and strong and pushing bodies around. But the other side is a mindset. Once I heard him say, bro, I just wasn't good enough. It ain't got nothing to do with left side, right? I wasn't good enough. I love that. So you fast forward to camp, and my camera is all on him because Cowboy fans have big questions about him. I'm at camp. I'm O-line guy. What are we doing? Why would I not hyper focus on Guyton? And even in the non-pad days, he's working on things to where pads are not. It's different than what he was doing. Tyler was much of a catcher, right? Now he's striking individually with different hands. Tyler is 6'7", so he has to get low. Sometimes if you're an offensive lineman and you're that high, you got to lean at your waist to get low. He's bending at the knees now. His chest is up. His head is back, right? And he's going against different types of guys. A Donovan Ezeraku rush ain't a Sam Williams rush, ain't a Peyton Turner rush, ain't a Marshawn Nealon rush. They're all different. And you see him, and this could be training with Duke and all that, but you still got to want to go and do the work. This could just be that extra work that he put in, because you could work with Duke, but that don't mean you flexible enough to deal with Donovan Ezeraku. That don't mean you're powerful enough to deal with Marshawn Nealon. And when the pads came on day 1 and day 2, it just continued to pay off. So when you asked me, Jesse, your third question, you was like, so Voch, when he comes back in 6 weeks, is he going to be good to go? I 100% believe so, because it was all mindset holding him back.
I'm gonna just do one question because I see Voch
I see the theme, right? You see the theme right there?
I'm due for this though, man. I got y'all. Answer everything y'all throw at me, man. Please.
Donovan Ezeraku.
Yeah.
How awesome is he?
Donovan's awesome, man. Donovan's so good, bro. Donovan's so good. Now, let me put it in context, right? Because we don't want to just judge off of highlights. Donovan is still a cool rundown player. He ain't bad, but he's a cool rundown player. And in a lot of those rundown scenarios, you may have a bigger guy like Marshawn Nealon or Peyton Turner or someone Peyton on the team. I don't know. But man, I started thinking about some stuff. I've used this setup before. 4 years ago, the Cowboys had 54 sacks and they were second in the league. This was under Quinn or something, right? Michael was the number 1 guy. He had like 13 and a half. Dorrance Armstrong had like 8.5, and he was cleanup guy really in real life because he hadn't had that since. And Tank Lawrence, who's not really pass rush guy, great rundown guy in Tank Lawrence, but he wasn't really pass rush guy. He had 6 sacks that year, right? So what I tried to do was play some football math, and look, in real life, football math don't work. But if I could just compartmentalize it, like, okay, well, Micah's gonna be here, Micah's gonna be the main guy still. Micah's a couple years better than this, boom, boom, boom. But if you're Donovan Ezeraku, can you be a better pass rusher cleanup guy than what Dorrance Armstrong was? If you're Dante Fowler, right? Dante was on that last squad, but he only had like 4 sacks. But for some reason, he's the main guy in Washington, and he ends up being double-digit sack guy, 10.5 sacks. You just imagine him being the second guy. He was the main guy in Washington, right? But Dante Fowler as the second guy here. I would imagine Dante Fowler can give you more pass rush than the older run-stoppy Tank Lawrence would be, right? Sam is going to have to find himself in this, situation somewhere. But I thoroughly think that this pass rush group as a whole and how it's going to work is Micah's going to get all the attention, and then Dante is going to get some attention with like a miscellaneous second guy. And Donovan Ezeraku, who can rush his ass off, I can say ass on.
You already said it.
Yes, I mean it doesn't matter anymore, does it?
Because y'all on TV now, so I don't know what the new rules are.
We are.
Here. You know what I'm saying? So Mama, I made it. But Donovan Ezeraku, his responsibility would be I don't have any extra attention on me. I got to beat one guy. He is a rookie. And you kind of got to show us first, right? We're not just going to assume that you're going to roll out the bed a fantastic pass rusher right now. The Rams will be in town soon, so that'd be a great first kind of test to look at. The preseason games would be another one. But it looks like Donovan Ezeraku as a nuanced pass rusher is better than some of those guys that were on that Cowboys pass rushing team, that was second in the league.